I was 15 when my equipment arrived.
Yes.
Hey?
I'm much bigger than you thought, aren't I?
I was 40 when it left. 45 now. I think it's coming back again.
There's all for us all. I said in the introduction that you've been together for a long time, sort of 30 years now.
We had the operation yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. How young in fact were you when you went on stage, first of all?
On stage? Do you mean professionally or actually right at the beginning?
Well, like now.
Yourself?
Oh, 7. 7, yes. I used to perform with my father, do a double act in the clubs all over the country.
Really?
That's what we used to do.
And what were you doing? I mean, what kind of double act was it?
I was doing it. It was a very good double act.
It was. I never saw it, but I've heard about it. It was very nice. Do a bit.
Well, what used to happen was that I used to do a club.
Work with his dad, you know.
This is very sentimental and very dear to me.
Yeah, of course it is.
Well, my dad and I used to go around the clubs.
What was your name? You used to have a name.
Yeah, we used to be called Bert Carson and Kid.
Yeah. He was Bert Carson.
Yeah. And we used to do this. I used to do hit numbers.
Father was a midget, you know.
I used to do hit numbers like I'm knee deep in daisies, I'm knee deep in daisies, and head over reason. And I used to do a clog dance.
Oh,
and the little legs used to go.
Just steam and fur was burning. It was fabulous.
Then we used to do It Happened on the Beach at Ballybally, Winter Wonderland, and then we had the big number at the end. My dad used to put on a white sort of suit, black up, like a minstrel, and he used to sing Little Pal. I was on his knee there. Yeah. I was only about that
Lying
big.
down asleep.
I was only about that big, wasn't I?
Yes.
You've got to say.
Bigger now.
I feed him.
Well, why not?
Why not? And he used to sing, Little Pal, if Daddy goes away, promise that you'll come back some days. And then I used to...
He didn't sing it like that, did he?
No, I was just shortening a bit.
Oh,
It
did
gets
he?
boring. You see. He used to do 9.5 choruses. Then I used to say, if someday I should be on a new daddy's knee, don't forget about me, little pal. And that's like, great.
Fantastic.
Then drop him and run.
Yeah. it was up the back of my jacket. It was
Can you match that as an experience when you first started?
No, my dad's a tall fella. No, I started off on amateur concerts. I started off at Miss Hunter's dancing class over the plaza at Morecambe. And I used to live at Christie Avenue, you see, at number 43. And our Peggy, she used to live at 23 Christie Avenue. And she came down to be about 1937. And she said, Sadie, that's my mother's name, Sadie. And she said, Auntie Sadie, she used to call her, because she liked her. And she said, Auntie Sadie, I'm going to dancing class. So my mother said, how much is it? And our Peggy said, it's £1. So she said, well, do us a favour, take him with you. Keep him out of the way on Saturday mornings. And I used to go, I was the only boy there.
Yes.
Yeah. Seriously. Then I had private lessons. Well, I ended up as the only girl there.
You used to go his hair long then, they were never sure, were they?
No, I can't go it long now.
What was the first time that you met then?
What? Oh, wait a minute, yesterday morning, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I wish you'd introduce us. I don't know who he is.
Where did we first meet now? Was it,
my audition.
Yes, that's right. I saw him give his audition.
I won a Lancashire, it was called a Lancashire and Cheshire contest.
Yes.
In Hoylake.
Yes, that's right.
Just outside of Liverpool, where when we worked with Glenda Jackson, funnily enough, she comes from Hoylake.
Yeah, that's right.
Quickly.
And that's right, it was at Manchester. You gave an audition to Jackie.
And I won this competition, and the first prize was an audition in front. No money, just an audition.
Yes,
in front.
right,
That was the first prize,
and he went
which I gave. And he was with Hilton at the time, and he saw my audition.
Yes. But what did you do? Do you remember you had the top out, the back top
well, I did the I did double acts in those days, didn't I? With Flanagan and Allen I used to do.
Flanagan and Allen he did on his own.
But by yourself?
Yes.
How do you do that?
I have false legs. True. No. I just put this battered top hat on and sing.
So you used to get that.
I used to do that a lot. I still do, yeah. It's a gift, that is.
And then you started the act together, and what clubs and things, was it?
We have worked clubs together, but not a lot, really.
No, we didn't work
not
clubs
working
together.
clubs.
The first act we did, we started in Youth Tech Bar, you see, with Brian Mickey. We were both doing singles. I was doing a single act. I used to do Run Rabbit Run. I was all sophisticated then. I had a straw hat and white coat. I Oh, I hadn't told you about the comedy image. I had a comedy image before that where I wore a bowler hat and a little tash and everything like that. But then I was doing this sort of sophisticated act, and I met Eric in Swansea, actually, didn't I? And
I was doing what they call a droll. I was a droll comic in those days. Used to sing a song called "I'm Not All There."
he's still doing it.
I hated it, really, you know, because I'd be, 13, 14, 15. I hated actually singing that particular song because I had to dress up. I had the beret, the kiss girl, the big glasses, and a lollipop, a cut-down coat with a big pin, short trousers, red socks, and suspenders. It was basically a northern idea in those days of comedy, I presume.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
The interesting point about that was that I had exactly the same outfit, more or less.
But he wore it outside, which was ridiculous.
But the funny part about it, we had something in common. We both had a very big pin about that size, a big safety pin that used to fasten the jacket.
Yeah. What about the other acts who were going around at that time? Were there do you have any memories of them at all? Or other
Clapham
people
Dwyer?
on the bill?
Clapham Dwyer?
Well, the double acts, we got our double act from. That's where
excuse me, can I...
I stopped talking.
No, I wasn't doing business.
No, oh, you're not?
No, I'm going to have one.
It's probably an eat gin, I should think, isn't it? No. It's all right. The other act, well, we used to work with other acts on the bill. There used to be...
Water. Moon and Bentley.
Moon and Bentley. There used to be an act called Moon and Bentley.
Which was Georgie Moon.
And
Dick Bentley. And they used to do a double act.
Great act.
They were very funny. Marvellous. And we used to emulate.
Is that the word?
On the side of the stage, yes. We used to emulate.
How much emulating did you do?
Oh, a lot. Between 12 and 17, I never stopped.
Was that before or after you got the equipment?
Instead of. I've got a small ass as well, you know.
Who were the influences, though, on your career when you were younger? What about movies?
Oh, yeah, Lowland Hardy.
Marvellous.
Yes, well, if honestly, I'm perfectly serious. If you do analyse what we do at all, you will see, I see a tremendous amount of Lowland Hardy. I used to watch Lowland Hardy when I was a kid, and not Stan, the other fellow, Oliver Hardy. He was the first one ever to use a camera.
Yeah, that's right.
He always looked. Can you give me number 3? That's the one. He always used to go like that. Straight at a cinema audience, you know, which is fabulous, and you're not allowed to do it now. Yeah. You know, they say, we tried to do it in some films, didn't we?
Yes, they did. They wouldn't let us do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. To bring the audience, well, you know, wearing the camera in.
Oh, wouldn't go on.
And those two, Lowland Hardy, and of course, Abbott and Costello influenced us greatly, to such an extent that we had American accents.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Yeah, we used to perform with American accents.
I'm waiting for him to lose his.
Hello there, it's great to be here, you know.
I've got records, seriously, I've got records at home, Vernie and I, in early broadcasts, around about 1940, 41, where we are, Abbott and Costello, where we go. Yes. I'm a bad boy. And do all that. I listen to him now, I colour up.
Yeah.
On my own, I blush. And he's going, now what are you going to do, Morecambe?
Morecambe, I called him, yeah. What are you going to do now, Morecambe? Yeah. You can't get away with that, you know, I don't listen to that.
But we did, though, didn't we?
Yes. I don't think they know what we're talking about, you know, Abbott and Costello. We're getting a bit old.
Yeah.
What was the first time you got to the West End? That was before the war, wasn't it? You got the strike.
Ernie did. Ernie was there before the war.
Well, you're going right. Yeah. Well, what happened was I gave an audition to Brian Mickey a long time ago, and I actually went to the Princess Theatre and appeared there in the bowler hat and the little tash, you know, and the little cut-down suit. Yeah. And
then during the war, it was about 1940. We went into striking.
We went striking.
With
what were you doing there?
Sid Field.
Sid Field. Yes.
Oh, yes.
And beautiful girls in that show.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they used to walk about,
Yeah.
Naked. Yeah,
yes, it's true.
Remember that? Yes. All these beautiful showgirls with black shoes and black gloves. Look like the 5 of Spades walking
down. Yes, it's true.
Fantastic.
I remember George Black said to him, if he didn't blink once, he'd go blind.
Yeah. It was in that show I started wearing these. That's where I got that from, you know. Around the corner.
And you could look in at the back of the Mapleton Hotel there, and by Joe, there's some things went on. Really?
Oh, those Americans were tearing it down.
Okay, that's where we learnt. We learnt all about it there. Didn't we?
So, and you were doing some song and dance as well there, and all that.
Well, yeah, we were doing.
We glorified.
Yeah, we were never quite sure what we were, chorus boys, you know, or
Not
prince.
a chorus boy.
Chorus boy.
Yeah.
Don't you know what a chorus boy is?
I'll show you.
I'll show you a chorus boy. Could we
What's
see
it?
a chorus boy?
A real chorus boy.
Show him what a
something.
chorus
Where?
boy is like. Now, you really didn't know about that?
No, I did not. No.
He didn't know when he'd done it.
Oh dear me, that's extraordinary. Patrick Moore looks extraordinary, that, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes.
That's what we all did. Yes,
He's playing pantomime too, I think, isn't he? Ebenezer this year.
Who?
Patrick Moore.
He's not, is he?
Yeah, make a good Ebenezer.
He left the studio like that and went and bit somebody's neck.
Tell me, when you you spent a tremendous long time, didn't you, on the road playing all the theatres and this sort of thing. After all, what was that like? Was it, looking back, was it an enjoyable time or what?
Well, I mean, it was tough in the first place. There's different stages of it. You start in the smaller theatres, and then you move into the Moss Empires, which was the big thing. But we were always second spot, and we had to go on there and register straight away.
What about the Glasgow theatres? I mean, they got.
Oh, no, they were tough. Yeah.
Oh,
They were tough. Well, somehow, I don't know why, but they had a thing against English comics, didn't they?
They couldn't understand
I
it.
think we helped it.
I remember once going on there, and we came off to our own footsteps.
Yeah.
And the fireman was in the corner, and he said to us, they're getting to like you. He said,
Really?
Yeah, well, they haven't thrown anything.
they hadn't thrown anything, yes. They sat there.
And there's a comic, I won't mention his name, but he fainted, Des O'Connor.
Yes.
I won't mention his name. He actually walked on and went, well, ladies and gentlemen, and it was carried off.
Did they applaud him?
Oh, dear.
Anytime you're feeling lonely.
And he was that night.
That must have been an extraordinary area to learn the business in that. I mean, you survive that, you survive anything, I should imagine.
Well, I suppose so, basically.
Well, the windmill was the same, though.
Was it?
Oh, yes. Worse. Worse. I mean, we followed...
We only lasted a week there.
Really?
I became a nervous wreck. No, we did. Tell him the story. And let me interrupt to get a few laughs.
Well, first of all, we gave him an audition, Van Damme.
He used to go, well, it was known by his initials.
Yes.
He was known as VD, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Really?
It really was.
Yes. Really? We were quite shocked, weren't we?
Yeah.
But he
We
was.
just laughed, didn't we?
Yeah. And we gave an audition in a little tiny room, about that big. And he stood there, and watched us do this performance. So we used to do this little run across gigs. And the pianist played, and we came on and sang the opening song, How's About a Little Ramble in the Moonlight. And then he came across, did these little quickies with an urn on his shoulder. What's a Greek urn?
About 30 bob a week.
About yes. And some more. He was flabbergasted, and he booked us.
There's a man outside with a funny face. Go tell him you've got one.
The invisible man's outside.
Tell him I can't see him.
Yeah.
You can do all that.
Quick, though.
My dad's got no nose. Ask me how we smell. It's terrible.
Terrible.
We do all that. We're doing them now.
We actually used to have a fishing rod. We used to have a stick with a bit of string on it, with an apple on the end.
Yeah, and
And
throw
we
it
used
over
to
the
throw it
orchestra.
like that, over the orchestra like that. And he used to say, what are you doing?
Fishing.
I'm fishing. He said, well, you don't catch fish with an apple, you catch fish with a worm.
That's all right. The worm's inside the apple.
Yes.
And it took us years to get out of that stuff, didn't it?
Did. And we used to follow an orgy. You can tell him better than me. Oh,
An orgy?
fabulous.
An orgy was called...
Well, we
a thing
call it an
called-
orgy.
Well, it's nothing nowadays,
No.
But we called it... I'm going bold, aren't I? Yes. We called it an orgy. It was a thing called... I'll have to get one of them.
Yes.
It was a thing called... Lilith.
Lilith.
But we followed this particular orgy where all the girls strip off and they just stand there and they weren't allowed to move, or anything like that. And then we'd be on the side. Setting the props.
With his props,
Yeah.
Yes, and I'd be on the side ready to go on.
Yeah, not looking, because he's very moral.
Yes, very much. On I'd go singing the opening song.
Yeah,
and
forget
then
the words.
And then he'd come on and do the...
I'd come on and do the quickest. But the audience then, you see, would all fellas out there, would, as soon as somebody left the front row, would fight. Yeah, and they climb over each
Climb over the seats.
They got onto the front row to get close for the next show, because it was a continuous show, 6 shows a day. We died. Didn't we?
Yes.
Terrible.
I think our opening line was, "Hello, music lovers."
Yeah.
Hello, music lovers.
Yeah.
But you stood no chance. I mean, they were all climbing over the seats. And you'd had it. I mean, they didn't listen to our witty jokes.
No.
I'll tell you who else didn't listen to him either. That was the television audience the first time we did television. Because I didn't realise, in fact, until I looked up the sort of cuttings on you, this very cruel thing that somebody said about your first television
Logan
series.
Gourley, yes.
Was it Logan Gourley?
Logan Gourley.
Logan Gourley, in The People it was, if I'm not mistaken. He said, have you got it there?
Well, no, well, you say it nicely.
Was it
Well,
the
no,
Express?
because mine was Venom.
Was it? Are we getting all bitter and twisted now?
Oh, just a bit.
No, it's I mean, if he looks back at it, he must regret the day he ever said it, because he said television is the box they buried Morecambe and Wise in.
That's true,
Yes,
huh?
yes.
I should have said it, you know.
Yes. He said, "What's that box in the corner? Is it a television set?" He said, "No, it's the box they buried Morecambe and Wise."
I should have done it. There's
Yes,
no
well,
argument
you should
about
have.
it. Yeah.
With a couple of good
Another
straight
one
men.
was...
Yeah.
Poor old Alma Cogan, she was with us in that show. It says, Alma Cogan stands out like a rose in the garden of weeds. The other one was, get 'em off.
Yeah. He was more to the point, wasn't he?
What was the reason for this?
Oh, very simple.
What?
It was terrible.
Really, yeah.
Really?
It was terrible.
yeah.
I only wish the BBC had kept the tapes, but they couldn't afford it then. But I wish they'd have kept them, because I'd like to have seen them to see really how...
As a matter of fact, quite honestly, they weren't as bad as what people made out. They were only one a fortnight, half hour on a Thursday night.
That's it. And it was the early stages of television. I'm sure they weren't as bad as all that, but now we've no record of them.
And since when, I mean, that's extraordinary. Rise to the top. A rise which, in fact, was what I suppose nearly brought to a premature end 4 years ago. Today, this
4 years
very
ago
day,
today, yeah.
when you had your heart
Yes,
attack.
that's
Right, yeah. Oh, I'd do anything but a laugh.
How are you feeling? Oh, you're all right. You
great,
feel all
never
right.
felt
That's
better.
good. That's good. Yeah. I thought that was going to happen back there with Raquel.
But for a different reason. And in a different place.
You nearly fell over the equipment.
Was there, I mean, it seems a daft question, but I wonder, was there at all a funny side to it, Eric?
What, the illness? Oh, well, in a way there was, you know. I was at, we were working at this club in Batley. There's two waiters. And I said, I got a bit of a twinge in my arm, and I have to say to Ernie, I don't feel too good. I'll go home tonight and...
So I'll sign the autograph.
I said, you sign the autograph.
You sign the autograph, he said.
And, so, because his wife always asks him for his autograph. And...
She said you were good tonight. You were good.
Yeah. And I would drive home in the car. Thank you. All right. And I drove home in the car. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's say you got a lovely home here. Very nice. Great, that. And the pain, as I was driving home towards Leeds, the pains got worse and worse up my both arms and across the chest, and I started to come out in the flop sweat. And driving along, and I thought, now, funnily enough, I didn't realise, fortunately, it was a heart attack, you see, because had I thought it was a heart attack, I'd have had a heart attack and died. Because I always thought, a heart attack was, but it's just, it's just like that at all. It's just, and I thought,
Try what?
and I thought, well, I'd better put myself into a hospital, And I was driving the car, it was getting worse. So it would be about 1:30 in the morning. And I stopped a fella in Leeds. And I said, could you, I don't feel very well. Do you think you could... I had a Jensen in those days. And I said, do you feel you could take me to a hospital? I don't feel very well. I'd like to sign myself into a hospital. A fella called Walter Butterworth, I'll never forget him. Wasn't his real name, but I'll never forget it. And he said, yes, oh, aye. Hey, you're, Morton and White. And I said, oh, Morecambe and White, yes. So he said, oh, well, I've never driven one of these. Show me the territorials, I've only driven a tank. It's true, this. So he gets in there, and there's 7,000 quid going... up the road. It was me going... And I got to the stage where I couldn't have cared less, you know. So he takes me to a hospital, and it's locked. It's true. And there's some French windows, and he's going... Bing, bing, on the French windows, but I'm stood at the side of him, like this. And these windows open like that. And a fellow there in braces, and a pair of pants. He goes... Come in here. He said, what's the matter? Can't. So he opens a little crack. He said, this isn't a proper hospital. He said, you want the main one up the road. So he explained where it was. And he drove me there to this water. And I got out of the car, and he ran around. It was up a brew, you know, up a hill. Yeah. And he went in there to try and get me either some form of wheelchair, you know. So he said, 5 minutes. I'm still waiting. So I start to walk up this hill. Quasimodo going up there, you know. And I go in there, and he's obviously said to the fellow behind the counter, he said, Eric Morecambe's out there, and he's not very well. Could I have... And the fellow wouldn't let him have a chair, as far as I can make out. So I walked in, and the fellow looked at me and went, oh, yes. And he says to all the boils and the cuts and the slashes in the corner there, in the outpatients there, hey, 'tis him. Yeah. It's true, you know. So I say, now my real name is Bartholomew. I never tell anybody that, but my real name is Bartholomew. So he says, you don't look too good, son. I said, no, I'd like to put myself into a hospital, you see. He said, well, right. Now then. Name? So I thought, well, what's say Bartholomew? I said, Morecambe. He said, all right, Morecambe. Address, which I gave him. Age, which I lied about. He said, you don't look too well, you better go lie down on that thing. So I'm lying down on a stretcher there. The next thing I know, I'm being injected. This Walter Butterworth is sat with me. And I said, I'd like to say thank you very much for all your help and everything. He said, oh, that's all right. It's been a pleasure. He says, my mates won't believe this. He says, and this is the exact words he used. He says, will you do us a favour? I said, what? He said, before you go, will you see me? True that. It's totally true. 4 years ago tonight, though.
Yeah. The extraordinary this relationship you've had over the last 30 years, isn't it? Do you have a social relationship outside the professional one at all, Ernie?
Well, not really. We don't really mix together very much, but we go to balls together and do's, and of course we're working together. We're together so much that
we've been together all day today.
Yes, we don't have
TVs, you know.
So we don't really. I mean, Eric, as you know, has got his.
What?
Football.
Oh, football.
Luton
Yes,
Town,
yes.
you know.
Luton Town, you know.
Oh, you're with Luton
You
Town.
thought it was a brass band, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Where were we?
Got lost.
We can ask you the same question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were we, in fact? Oh, yes, I know what to ask you about. Was this thing that people always say to you, I'm sure, how would you get these personalities onto your show? I mean, your most extraordinary knack you have of persuading the most unlikely people. I mean, one thing is of Andre Previn, for instance, who came on, was brilliantly funny, Glenda Jackson and people like this. I mean, how do you manage it?
Quite simple, really.
Yes.
It's our producer does it.
Yes, it does.
John Ammons.
John Ammons, yes.
We say, you'll never get her. You'll never get him. He tugs his mustache. Like that. We'll see.
Yes.
Phone. Rings them and they say yes.
Yes. But I mean, but ultimately they've got to say yes, and they've got to agree to come on with the two of you, and they know what they're in for.
You know, they're queuing up now to be insulted, and I mean that in the nicest possible way.
Quite honestly, though, I think they know that we will approach it professionally. We won't let them down, and we'll give them a good run for their money.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is.
Yes. Have you ever contemplated splitting up, going your own ways at all?
No.
Not till tonight.
But how does the relationship work? I mean, who decides what's funny? Who decides that...
Well, Ernie does all the business side
Yeah.
of it, and we split the money down the middle, 60-40, because he's very clever.
But you pay less tax.
Well, of course, yeah. If he gets the 60, I get the 40.
And what about other comedians? I mean, do you have comedians that you look at and you think are very funny that...
Yeah.
Who, like who?
Well, Tommy Cooper, to me, is one of the greats.
I agree. I think it's more.
He's a funny mover, yeah.
And one of the other one to me, who I feel, is the way I'd like to end up in show business. If I could not get away, that's the wrong word, but if I could be like him when I'm his age, that's Arthur Astley. Because I think, to me, he's a gentleman, you know. He's got a wit that I go...
He's very quick.
You know, it's very quick.
But I'm more likely to finish up like him because I'm nearer his size.
But what about the people who really make you laugh, though?
Well, I agree with Eric. I like Tommy Cooper. Very much. I like funny people, movers, not so much talkers. You know, I like funny talkers, but I think comedians should be able to move funny as well, besides talk funny.
Yes. Jacques Tati said that humour begins in the feet for him.
Yes,
and
well,
a good comic has to have good legs. I mean that more sincerely. They have to have good legs,
yes.
You know, because they do a lot of walking about.
If you're in a pantomime...
Yeah, in a pantomime.
If you're in a pantomime from 1 o'clock right through till about 11 o'clock at night and you're on your legs, you need good legs.
Yeah, but it's something about the shape of the feet, though. I mean, Tommy Cooper's got
yes.
this thing. You know, you've got it as well, haven't you?
Not in my feet. I've got very dainty feet, very pretty feet.
Do you know he only takes a 6?
Yes, I only take a 6. And that foot. 11 on the other. So it makes up for it, you know.
And I'm a 6.5. Very tiny feet.
Yeah. What about movies? Because you've made movies, but they've not been as successful by any means, have they? As your television
not always what we wanted them to be.
Does he mean films? He means films.
Yeah.
Yes.
Movies.
Yes. Because
not the blue ones.
The other ones.
The other ones.
Yes.
I'd like to make movies like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, he's doing those route signs again. Look.
Yeah.
This is Pontefract in Yorkshire, the hometown of the great sweet of all time, or one of the great sweets of all time, the licorice allsort. Pontefract is a monument to the little sweet tooth. For over 100 years now, the 5 factories that make licorice allsorts here have had their insatiable demand for licorice supplied by the home growers around here, but no longer is that true. They're now importing their stuff from the licorice from Turkey. Consequently, the industry here has died. This is positively the last crop of licorice ever to be grown in Pontefract. Dug up toward the end of the year. No more. This is the end.
That's extraordinary. Where do you get that from?
Oh, we find them.
Yeah.
We find them. We know where the body's buried.
Would you like to make some more movies as well?
No, I think not.
We got off low grade, that.
I look like I got the lurgy or something like that. It's
Well,
terrible.
you see what I mean when you look back?
Yeah, that's a long
Right,
time ago. But I mean, the thing is, it's a different. Of course, I mean, that was all done on my feet, you know. I mean,
Of course
making
it
it up
was.
as I went along.
Yeah.
But
He's got fear in his eyes. He doesn't know what's going to happen next.
I wonder what else you got. But what
Just
about?
don't stand up quickly, that's right.
We haven't got to the photographs yet.
What about making other movies? Though? I mean, what's the real problem behind making them that you find? Is it a
Words.
question of suitable scripts?
Yes,
Scripts.
words.
Yes, you wonder. I mean, we would like to have made Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. You know? Let's face it.
Or The Odd Couple.
Oh, the Uncover. We would. I mean, those are the films we would have liked to make, but you can't. I met a fellow last.
Does that remind you?
No, yeah. No, it's true. I met a fellow in the hotel last week, and he said, "Oh, I always watch your shows. I like you." My friend and I used to say, we used to watch you on television and say, "I wonder which one of them's bent." He said, "That's charming."
Yeah.
But you used to, in fact, do this quite a few scenes in bed together, of course.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, that's true.
Well, that's a Lowell and Hardy influence.
Yes, it's Lowell
You see,
and
the point is that Lowell and Hardy did it in those days, and nobody said, "Oh, well, it's effeminate or anything like that." You know, nobody said that in those days.
No, in those
because
days it was before.
They didn't
that's-
know what it meant.
No, just two men used to sleep together in those days years ago. But now it's considered wrong.
That's why I don't know whether you've always noticed on these particular bed routines, I basically always make it as mannish as possible by smoking a pipe. True, isn't it?
The
I've
earrings
never
are
yet
just
met a queer with a pipe. You know.
the earrings are just accidental.
Yes. Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
What about American audiences?
Oh, a lot of people are saying that.
Yeah.
No, I like them. I like them because they're over there.
But in fact, you've worked in America.
We used to do
haven't
the Ed Sullivan Show.
We got a lot of Sullivan shows.
We used to do the Ed Sullivan Show. He introduced us as a three-handed act when we did it. Maury, Canby and Wise.
Yeah.
you? Really?
Maury, Canby and Wise, yeah.
Felt like a seal act.
Can be unwise.
So you've no real ambition about going over there at all?
No, quite. As far as I'm concerned, what I'd like to do is I want to stay here. I'm very happy here. I love it here. We earn money here. We're stars here, and it's great. If the Americas or the Americans want us, to go over there, they've got to do it here.
Yes.
They've got to buy the shows.
By the shows.
You see, I won't go over there, and I will not say sidewalk. You know, I will not say garbage.
Garbage,
It's
that's rubbish,
pavement,
isn't it? Pavement.
and rubbish, as far as I'm concerned.
pavement.
You know,
It's a
and
glass
I'm not going to go
of
over
beans
there.
and I'm just gonna,
Except for the money. That's
I'm just going to take the elevator.
all. Are you?
I think you're very right.
That's a good one. That. I'm just going to take the elevator. It's good. That. Lift, you know. That.
Yes. Well, before you go,
Oh, are we going?
Where are we going?
I didn't know. I thought it was doing well. Are you worried?
doing very well. We've been going about an hour and a half.
Oh, that's lovely.
But
Take yours out. Just leave us in. We'll be all right.
And he's played it smart. We can't ask him for any more money either.
Why?
Well, you know, they've got this freeze on.
Oh, yes.
But what about, let's see, two unexplained things, I think, for
Yes.
any fans of yours. The one is about them two fellas sitting in a deck chair.
The two old men in deck chair.
Two old men in deck
Now,
chair.
now, you must, I mean, have you ever told the joke,
No.
the end of the joke on television? No.
And we're not going to, are we?
There were two old men sat in deck chairs. One old man said, "It's nice out, isn't it?" And the other old man says, "Yes, it is. I think I'll take mine now." That is the actual one.
That's the actual one.
Yeah.